It's just water. So how did it become one of the most rebellious, talked about brands in the beverage industry? Today, we're diving into how Liquid Death turned a simple drink into a $1.4 billion punk rock phenomenon, and why everyone's suddenly obsessed with it. Chapter 1. Breaking the rules. At its core, Liquid Death is just selling water, a category already overflowing with massive, well-established brands. Yet in just 3 years, the company hit a $700 million valuation, and only 2 years later, that number doubled to $1.4 billion. The secret? Breaking every single rule of traditional marketing. Chapter 2. A brand with attitude. The brand's headquarters reflect its personality. A giant skeleton, a Caddyshack, themed conference room, a coffin, and even a half pipe. It's all part of the irreverent energy that fuels their strategy. Liquid Death operates in 3 categories: premium, mountain water, sparkling flavored water, a healthier soda alternative, and iced tea. All while pushing its death to plastic mission, using recyclable cans instead of plastic bottles. From the start, the brand stood out in a sea of sameness. Every other water company focused on purity, calm imagery, and plastic bottles. Liquid Death decided to be the opposite. Party water with a punk rock look. It was a gamble. Either it would flop completely, or blow up big. Clearly, it was the latter. Chapter 3. The viral beginning. Liquid Death's success story doesn't start with a warehouse full of water. It starts with a single can that didn't even exist yet. Before the product was ever on shelves, the brand dropped its very first ad online. The ad featured nothing more than a mock-up of a tall boy can of mountain water and a tongue-in-cheek promise to murder your thirst. That single video went viral, proving 2 things. They knew how to grab attention, and they weren't afraid to break every marketing rule in the book. From that point on, Liquid Death doubled down on what worked: provocation, humor, and digital-first thinking. Instead of chasing TV spots or billboards, they focused on where people actually spend their attention today: on their phones. TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, these became their main stage. And the content? Unlike anything the bottled water industry, or even most advertisers, had ever dared to put out. Whether it's launching sparkling water with a world's longest burp compilation, or releasing an over-the-top animated mascot that would give Saturday morning censors a heart attack, Liquid Death thrives on being unexpected. Their content is so absurd, so funny, and so shareable that audiences don't just watch it. They send it to friends, repost it, and turns it into memes. By focusing on entertainment first and sales second, they've blurred the line between ads and internet culture. From the outside, it might look chaotic, a brand throwing outrageous ideas at the wall to see what sticks. But behind the madness lies precision. Every stunt, every joke, every piece of content is built on a deep understanding of where their audience lives and how they consume media. Chapter 4. Knowing the audience. By 2017, digital time had already surpassed TV and traditional media. For Liquid Death, that meant adapting to the reality that their audience, especially Gen Z and younger millennials, rarely sit down to watch live TV. Sure, the television might be on, but their real attention is glued to their phones. And on those screens, the competition isn't other water brands. It's cat videos, explosions, and TikTok trends. So, to win, Liquid Death made sure their content was just as captivating. Chapter 5. Comedy, the secret weapon. If a skippable ad feels like an interruption, it gets ignored. But if it feels like a hilarious, over-the-top internet video, people stop scrolling. That's where Liquid Death's secret weapon comes in: comedy. For the brand, comedy isn't just a tone, it's their North Star. They collaborate with professional comedy writers from Adult Swim, The Onion, and networks of stand-up comedians. It's a writer's room setup. Ideas get thrown out, refined, and punched up until the humor lands perfectly. The result? Marketing that feels native to the platform. Not like an ad, but something you'd actually want to share. Chapter 6. Building a cult brand. In a market dominated by giant corporations, Liquid Death carved out a rebellious cultural niche. They built not just a customer base, but a fan base. People don't just buy the product, they buy into the personality. It's proof that in an age obsessed with analytics and click-through rates, creativity still wins. Bold, entertainment-driven storytelling can outperform even the most data-optimized campaign. Their focus group is the 16 to 17 million fans following them online. If a post gets a high like-to-share ratio, it's a winner. Everything is produced in-house by a tiny creative team, small enough to fit in an SUV. Their production arm, Death Machine, can shoot videos for as little as $25,000 to $30,000, and some of those spots get millions of views. It's proof that a strong idea beats a huge budget every time. Liquid Death also loves creating what they call creative tension, unexpected partnerships that spark curiosity. Pairing with a heavy metal band? Expected. Pairing with a cosmetics company like ELF? Totally unexpected, and that's exactly why it works. These collaborations open new audiences and make the brand feel alive, unpredictable, and fun. Chapter 7, Blending Health and Hype. Liquid Death stays tapped into cultural trends, knowing exactly where the energy is and how to ride it. Their audience? Anyone who's thirsty and has a sense of humor. The cans look like beer, and the branding borrows from junk food and energy drinks, the fun categories. Founder Mike Cesario had one simple question: why should only unhealthy products get cool marketing? That approach worked. Liquid Death now fits perfectly into concerts, bars, and festivals. It's even the official water of Live Nation events. And kids, they think it's dangerous, which only makes it cooler. The brand's fans go beyond loyal. They're devoted. For its 2024 summer campaign, Liquid Death announced it was giving away a real fighter jet, a cheeky nod to the Pepsi Where's My Jet documentary. Except this time, they actually made it happen. From idea to nationwide rollout in under 90 days. Legal clearances, FAA approvals, paint jobs, everything. It was one of the boldest marketing stunts in recent memory, and it worked. The video racked up millions of views, and web traffic nearly doubled overnight. Behind the madness is discipline. Every employee owns equity in the company, meaning everyone has skin in the game. Their team structure protects creativity, runs like a writer's room, and avoids corporate red tape. VP of Creative Andy Pearson summed it up best: when you're working on something this fun, you find a way to make it happen. Chapter 8, The Future. Looking ahead, Liquid Death knows its limits. No alcohol, no unhealthy energy drinks. Instead, they're doubling down on health, sustainability, and humor. As Gen Z shifts away from alcohol the way earlier generations avoided cigarettes, Liquid Death is perfectly positioned to ride that wave. When you put it all together, Pearson says, there's so much momentum behind us. I don't know where it can't go. Liquid Death didn't just sell water, it sold an attitude, a lifestyle, a story people wanted to be part of. From wild marketing to strategic partnerships, it proves that even the simplest product can make a massive splash. So, would you drink from the can that murders your thirst?